Hi again, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Olivia. For those who are new here, I'm about to be a second year student at the UWI School of Nursing in Montego Bay, Jamaica. So this is just a quick video, and may I laugh like a mad man because right now I do not know what to do. I try to get everything started out ahead of time. What I hairstyle just make my head look extra big, so like my forehead big, but I'm not like this. Anyways, yes, I try to get everything out the way as soon as I could. I found me a dressmaker. I had a really hard time finding a dressmaker in Montego Bay because I'm not from here. I've never had to use a dressmaker before. I'm originally from Linstead, St. Catherine, and since I've been living here for a couple of years, I figured, oh, let me just go to school in Montego Bay and you know, I'm already here. But somebody recommended a dressmaker to me in Linstead, where I'm from, and I just decided to go ahead because, you know, it was the summer, school was out because I just finished my first year and I was going to see my family anyway, so I said let me just have it done in Linstead, especially too since I didn't know any dressmakers in Montego Bay. So last week I went to collect my stuff, you know, bought my fabric and everything, dropped it off sometime last month, paid for them and went to collect them last week. And let's just say now I'm at a point where I have to find a new dressmaker to either fix my uniforms or I'm going to have to buy fabric to make new ones, because at this point me really no know what to do and I am not happy with how these were made. I don't think the lady have any experience with making the uniforms. I gave her everything, the sketches, the outlines, the measurements. I even gave her actual pictures of persons in the uniform so she have an idea. What I didn't ask her though was if she had ever made them before. No, my thing is, if you're a dressmaker, I don't excuse the idiot ring light. If you're a dressmaker, I don't think that I would have to ask you like, hey, have you made this before? Right? Because if you've been sewing for that long, you're a professional and whatever. And I'm not knocking anybody's craft, all right? Because my daddy make house and him don't know how to read blueprints. He must get somebody for that. But my thing is, if you do not have the experience or know what you're doing, you could have probably said, you know, I'm not so familiar with the uniform, but I'm going to try it or whatever. She took everything. My understanding is you just need to give dressmaker everything they need. You give them your sketch, your pattern, your fabric, and that is it. Then just get stuff done. But me need a dressmaker because me not confident in them uniform here. First of all, they're not even identical. I did the measurements myself and the measurements are like off. And I did clothing and textile in a high school many moons ago, and I can sew a straight line. I can sew a straighter line than this dressmaker, and I'm going to show you guys. It's probably not as bad if I show it on camera, but knowing how they have emphasized the school, that is, knowing how they have emphasized the need to have your uniform properly made. Like, I'm not about to have any problems when I start school with anybody telling me, oh, your uniform is this or your uniform is that. Like, no, I don't need that at all. So I'm just really trying to have them redone. And with the pandemic being where it's at and all of the schools reopening and everything, like, it's really hard to find a dressmaker. Everybody is full or telling me that they won't have any availability until the 3rd week in September. So I am trying really hard. And for those who probably would say I wouldn't have paid her or get back your money or get back some of your money or whatever, for me, when it comes to something like that, I feel like it already gone bad. Like, I collected them, she got her money, I am back in Montego Bay and everything. So if it's going to be a case where I'm going to have to be back and forth with somebody over it, I'm just going to call it a loss. I'll call it a loss and just say, gotta go the year fee provide for me. And she's a sweet old lady. She's a sweet old lady. I don't know, from me a pitney, I just have a really, really, really soft side for old people. So we just leave her alone. And I'm trying to have it sorted out. So I'm going to attempt to show what I received. And also, this is a message to other persons who haven't started as yet and who are about to have their uniforms made. Please check if the person have any experience, ensure that the person can sew very well, and just ensure that they have the pattern, they have the specifics and everything to make sure that your uniform is done as it should be. So I'm going to attempt to show this uniform, and yeah. All right, so in this part we can see I don't know what kind of pocket that it looked like. It just cut out and fling on the uniform. The stitching in the strip there for the buttons, it's off. You can see the jagged stitching around where the belt is right there, so it's not aligned. The little press stud stitch, it's showing. I put another one beside it. That is one that she made as well. You can see the difference in the pockets. The strip at the top, it's a different sizing. Yeah, so she actually made aprons for me as well, because we need aprons. She made aprons for me as well. And even for those, I mean, we know that aprons are very plain, like one panel at the front, another panel at the back. It should be the length of the uniform. And I mean, how can you mess up an apron as well? Like, how do you give an apron a 3-inch hem, and the buttons that are supposed to be on the sides, they are so, like, they're not the same size. They don't line up well. The measurements are off. They're just like so untidy and all over the place. The aprons are white, and a part of the thread that was used to make the buttonhole, it's blue, and then the panel is just so wide. It look like a man. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I would just want to emphasize again, please ensure that whoever you're giving your uniforms to make, that they at least have some form of experience with making the uniforms. With mine as well, it probably didn't show in the video because I pointed that out to her. I pointed out a lot of flaws with it actually, and I left it for a day because I was coming back to Mobi the following day. I pointed out a lot of flaws, and I could see that she tried to fix them. And even when I went back for the uniform, like, she was so tired, she was practically falling asleep putting on the button. I could see that she tried to fix them, but it just wasn't working out, and I didn't have any more time to wait on her. It was just honestly going downhill. So I realized it didn't even make any sense that I waited, and I needed to be in Ochi and then back home by a certain time, so I just took them. I'm a bit on the bustier side, So I didn't want anything to be peeking out, like even my navel was peeking out, and I'm like, but in the ear, so how come my navel out the door? So and then you know how the bust part of your shirt, once it's up in front, it would sort of peek out and your bra would be showing, or your undershirt or whatever. So I told her, like, hey, you can probably put a hook and eye or like a press stud or something here, because I don't want any part of me to be, you know, exposed. And she said, all right then, cool. And as you can see in the video, like, she didn't bother to even make it concealed. She just stitched it on top of the fabric where you can actually see the stitch on the outside. And when I saw she did that, I'm like, no, me can't do this no more. I'm trying, like, I try to make you fix it. I understand so you have a lot of things to do and you're tired, but me couldn't work with it no more. So that's where I'm at, and I'm back in Montego Bay. It's 3 weeks to the start of the new semester, I think 3 to 4 weeks. Trying to find a dress maker. Everybody is full. I have no idea what I'm going to do, but I serve a God, and I serve a miracle working God, and I'm just going to trust the process and know that everything will work out in His favor as well as mine. So that is my short video, I think, and thank you guys for tuning in. I'll probably rant again soon because I have a particular story that I want to share. I did it on my TikTok, like I just shared a very brief story, and I wanted to do a little bit of tiny story time. I'll probably rant a little bit, but I'm going to share that afterwards. This is just the video about my uniforms and to put you guys on your P's and your Q's, because people will take your job knowing that they cannot complete it and just, you know, want the money and whatever. So that's it from me for now, and thank you so much for tuning in.